Hello again. So here's another book I want to share with you. It is called If I Had Your Face by Francis Cha. It was published in 2020, so it is fairly new. So right off the bat, I enjoyed this book. This one is really quite fun and quite special. So just a quick synopsis. It's a story of five girls. Actually, if you read the book summary at the back, it would tell you it's a story of four girls. But there's actually another girl in the story, but she didn't have her own kind of chapter perspective. That's why the book summary says it's about four girls. But essentially, these are five group of friends, five girls, five lovely ladies who are trying to navigate life in Seoul, Korea. And me reading this book, it's a different kind of normal. One of the girls named Curie, she she had she's a very beautiful lady who had a lot of cosmetic surgery done to her face and to her body, and that's the type of norm that is normal in Korea apparently. And all her friends, or at least one of her friends, also wanted to do it because they believe that to be beautiful is one of the key to be successful, is to be a successful woman in their society. And then there's another girl named Ara who grew up in a grew up with a quite a difficult childhood, and at some point in her life she lost her voice. And now as an adult, she's just trying to live a normal life, but at the same time she's also obsessed. She's kind of one of the girls who is obsessed with K-pop, and her life revolves around her K-pop idol. And then there's another girl named Miho who is an artist who grew up to be sort of one of the more privileged of the group, only because she was educated differently because of her talent as an artist, and she was sent to New York to study and work there as well, and then eventually came back to Seoul, to Korea. And then the fourth girl is named Wona, who is a married woman, but doesn't seem to be happy nor satisfied in her marriage. But it's what she knows to be a safe environment for her, and so she kind of puts up with it. And the last girl is named Sujin, who is actually the one that doesn't have her own chapter perspective in the book. But I felt like she's the glue to the group. I felt like she's the sun, she's the sunlight of the group. She's the most positive one. She is the most no nonsense of the group, and she brings that certain joy in the group. So I felt like I needed to talk about her as well, because for me she's also a key character in the whole story. Now all these five ladies, common denominator is that they live in the same apartment complex or something like that, and a few of them actually grew up in the same town, or maybe all of them grew up in the same town, and that gave them a certain commonality in terms of their attitude and how they view life and so on. The struggle of these girls are that they are all beautiful young ladies in their own right. They have such strong personalities and strong, wonderful, deep characters, but also they are constrained by how society, and men in particular, view women like them, or view girls at their age, right? So they kind of try. That's for me, that's the challenge, or that's the conflict in the story. You have these really beautiful independent women who wants to live the life that they want according to their own design, but at the same time they are constricted by the views of men, and somehow they need to balance that. How do I live the life that I want the way I want it, but at the same time how do I become desirable to these men who essentially dictate how the society works, or how society views me So so that's the challenge. And I thought that was a quite a compelling and quite telling foundation of the story. And to read something about it in a no nonsense, straightforward, honest way, I thought that was refreshing, and I loved reading about their stories, about their viewpoints, about their childhood, and about you know and all that. And at the end of it, what kind of saves them is that their own friendship. They have a strong friendship and bond between them, among them, that is not obvious when you read the first few chapters of the book. You would almost feel like, are they friends, or are they just neighbors, or what kind of relationship do these girls really have? But towards the middle and towards the end of the story, it will become clear that your friendships, your relationships are the ones that would eventually save you, or the ones that would give meaning to your life, eventually. And then you realize, you know what, everything will be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And I thought that was beautiful. I loved the ending. It was simple. It was, heartwarming, but at the same time, realistic. It felt real. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel fake, or it doesn't feel like a movie ending. So I really love that. Now, I would recommend you to read this if you want to hear about different perspective about young girls in Korea. Granted, it's a fiction book, but at the same time, it gives that sense of realness and authenticity. So I thought that was special. I thought that was key. I feel like if you're in the mood to hear stories of other women and other girls, just to kind of see it from their own perspective and how it would compare with yours, it's a good, I think that's a good start, and I think you would appreciate this if you're looking for something like that. For me personally, I enjoyed it. I really did. This is actually one of the consistent. This is consistent in the bestseller list sometime in late 2020. So I knew at some point I will have to read this. I keep seeing this in the list, and I'm glad I did. It was a very thoughtful read. I enjoyed it. So yeah, so there you have it. I hope that was helpful, and do give it a try. Thank you.